This is Messages from the Universe with Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core. Here, Laurie delivers information from the Mastery Realms related to astrology, planetary influences, energy surges, and generally how we are evolving. She connects with angels, guides, ascended masters, astro beings, and those that come forward with messages to help us on our journey. Welcome, everyone, to Messages from the Universe podcast.
Hello, this is Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core. Thank you for listening. I was outside a while back and watching the meteor showers, and in between that I happened to catch a few falling stars, and it made me think about the season that we're in right now, and oftentimes we're taught to send wishes up to the heavens. We've got some powerful portals, some gateways opening up here at the end of the year that always provide that opportunity for us to make wishes or set intents out to the universe. So in meditation this morning, I threw some questions out to the angels and guides about just what exactly does the word wish, or what does that mean to us, and what messages might they have to us around wishing. And some things that came through to me as I was meditating is sometimes people believe that wishing is not living in the present because you're wishing for something that isn't, or something that's in the future, and so it puts you out of state of where you are presently. Others might also have a belief that just to be satisfied with where you are, be present, be grateful with what you have without having to feel like you need to set wishes, send wishes, or set intents out to the universe. But what if the experiences that you have now are something that you wished upon, or something that you thought about, or you had an emotion at some time in the past, and it could have even been past lifetime, and it was aligned to your purpose of why you're here in this lifetime, some of the things that you're experiencing now. What if you had these thoughts that are present, but they were something that you wished for in the past? And so the belief in what the angels really, and my guides were talking about this morning, is it is important that we think and we feel and we wish into the future. It often gives us hope, it brings us faith, but it also keeps us aligned to our journey path. We need those goals in life. We have to work through things. We can't be in status quo. And so wishing is important. Wishing teaches us where to look forward or to think forward. It teaches us to believe in that we're deserving, or that those things that we want or desire are achievable for us. They show us sometimes also the things that we're hanging on to, the things that we believe we should have, would have, could have. We start to say, if only I had. We frame our wishes in that frame of reference, like, if only I had done this, or I wish I would have done this. And when you wish to undo something, or you wish in the past, or you wish upon something that was done in the past, you come to it from a place of regret and really not honoring the experience or accepting what it is. You look at it from a standpoint of, I didn't like what happened and I desired to change it, and I have regret that it didn't go the way I wanted it to go. And a healthier way to look at that is to set your wishes upon something forwarding. So don't set your wish upon something to undo, is what their first message is. Another message that they brought to me this morning was, sometimes people, they wish for abundance, and they wish for abundance so that they can get out of debt or get out of something or be someplace that they don't want to be. And that's also from a place of regret. What you're doing in that sort of wishing for abundance so you can get out of debt or get out of that place that you don't want to be, You're acknowledging that you're in a lower frequency caused by your debt. And that debt could be, maybe is more than just financial. Maybe you want to have abundance for your home, a relationship, a career. It is your desire to have something to get out of something you're already in. And that sort of wish keeps you aligned to that vibration of scarcity. So we don't want to create those vibrational desires based out of not having something. It's based on the desire to see into the future, to have something, but it's not tied to something that you're in right now. Another example that they gave me is, do you often wish for a romantic partner in order to remove maybe some of the stress that you're under, remove the loneliness that you feel, the responsibility? That's another way of saying that you're acknowledging you for being less than who you are. You're already placing an expectation of energetic burden on another for when they come into their life. They're going to complete you in some way. So this would be a time to set your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings clearly on yourself so that when you wish for that romantic partner, that it's not to fill a void. Be complete yourself. Allow that person or that thing to come into your life as a way to make your life better, not complete it. Do you wish for things with strings attached? For example, do you wish that if I get this, then I'll do that? And sometimes often we wish we're too specific for our wishes and our dreams. So the universe is unable to deliver to all the details that we might have laid out. Like, I want a job and it has to be on the 5th floor and I have to have a parking garage that I get to drive to every day. Sometimes we're too specific in what we wish for, what we desire. And the universe is so desperately trying to deliver to us what we really need or what's really aligned to our journey path, and it seems to pass us by. Are you in gratitude because you know things could get worse? That's an interesting thought. Or are you in gratitude for where you are today, even if you perceive it to be a crappy day? And what they mean by that is sometimes when we're in a place of gratitude and we say, well, it could be worse, take off that it could be worse. Be in a place of gratitude for where you are today, that experiences that the universe is giving you, whether it's good or bad, and do it without comparison to something else. Because the minute you compare it to something else, you bring that something else's frequency into the mixture of what you're wishing for. And that brings in do you wish for things in comparison of others? I want a relationship, a career, a home, a family, just like that person. Or are you asking for that wish based on the perception of what you see? And that might not be the truth. It might not be the right thing for you. And it certainly might not be aligned to your journey path. So it might cast you down a whole different pathway. I just had a vision of what if you wished for something that you perceived as absolutely wonderful, and when it came into your life, it just wasn't aligned for you, and it set you down a pathway of just a lot of trouble and confusion and just a lot of heartache. So you want to wish for things that are true for you, being authentic to you, without contrast, without comparison, without any inkling as to somebody else, because this is about you. It's not about somebody else and what they have or have not. This is about you. Are you wishing for the future when you've really not experienced the present and you're avoiding the past? Because the universe simply will not deliver some of those wishes and those dreams if it takes us away from where we're supposed to be in our present life, and if we're avoiding doing some of the work that we have to do from our past. Are you wishing your past will just disappear and not acknowledge all the things and the people that helped you get to where you are today? Sometimes we want to forget everything that's happened in the past and just start fresh. But if we forget everything that happened in the past, we are not acknowledging everything that you experienced, all the people that you interacted with or are interacting with to get to where you are today. And that simply cuts your experiences short, meaning that take and honor everything that you've experienced, because where you are today and how you got there today has been based upon all the experiences, all those people that have come into your life, everyone that has supported you, and even those that you might feel didn't support you. They have created or helped to construct who you are today. Are you wishing for time, either more time to accomplish something or to be somewhere, or less time? Like, I just want to be done here. I want less time in this job. I wish to leave this job. You might not be understanding the experience and the value that you have at that present moment. And sometimes wishing for time takes us away from having the experience that we're supposed to have, or the meaningful opportunities, or the things that we're learning at that present time. Are you wishing to be somewhere else than where you are exactly right now? Are you living in the past, or are you living in the future? So you're not fully experiencing what is before you and what must be understood, acknowledged, healed, or handled. Your desire might be that you just skip over it. And if you don't acknowledge where you are, you don't heal or learn from the experiences that you're in right now, they're just going to come along with you. You can't skip over things. Which brings up, what beliefs are you hanging on to that provide no experience for you other than frustration, anger, or regret? Why might you have a belief that it creates such turmoil for you? Oftentimes it's easier to repeat the story. We like to hold on to a story, hold on to the emotion, rather than replace it or leave space for something new to be created in that. So Spirit is constantly asking us to observe and to contemplate what we might be holding on to. If we're in perpetual state of frustration or anger or regret, let's say about a person, about a place, a job, a relationship that we have, what's the belief that we're holding on to that holds us in that place of frustration, anger, or regret? And maybe it's time to just let it go. Do you find yourself starting your sentences with, despite what's happening, ... or despite how I feel, ... then you say, I'm doing great, or life is good. Well, when you preempt your sentences with despite what's happening, you've just lowered your frequency to that what's happening or how you feel. And no matter what you say after that, it doesn't hold the vibrational energy of the thing that you want to say after that. Actually, it holds the vibrational energy of the despite what's happening or despite how I feel. You're speaking from that place of that frequency, and honestly, whatever you say afterwards doesn't matter. It's similar to giving a compliment to someone and then following it with a but. It's like everything that is said up to a point gets nullified. It just doesn't matter because everything is about vibration. It's about the emotion in our vibration and the vibration of that emotion. And so everything that you start your sentence with or you end with, and the lower vibration is always going to win out. I'm sorry, it is, because it tells you where your emotion is in that. And that brings up the questions from the angels. It's what things do you run from or what do you hide from? Because those are also indicated in those sentences that you say, despite what's happening. You might be avoiding. You might be saying, despite what's happening, I'm doing this. Well, go back to look at why do you feel inclined to even say, despite what's happening or despite how I feel? Go there, look there, see what you might be running from or hiding from. What things are you afraid to acknowledge? What might be there that you're afraid to look at? What might be there that you're afraid to show yourself or to look at or even to show others? And maybe it's something that you need to look at yourself before you even bring it out into the public. And I always recommend that is do your inner work. That's really where you're going to self-observe, learn the most is where you can sit back and just observe your own feelings. Look at all the things that are great or those things that we perceive as not so great. And the question that I am asked by the angels is, do you spend more time on the great or beating yourself up on the not so great stuff? I mean, we need to look at the not so great stuff, but where are you spending most of your time? Where are your thoughts more magnetized to? If you're spending more time thinking the not so great things, then you know that your vibration is at that place, and that's what your magnet is set up to be. Do you avoid certain situations because of a belief, and a belief that you have about yourself, a belief about the perception people have of you, a belief as to who you are? Do you prevent certain things or opportunities? Could it be as simple as avoiding a mirror because you don't want to look at yourself? So you avoid people or places because you've judged yourself before anyone else has had the opportunity to. That one is so powerful. You have judged yourself before anyone else, before you've even given anyone else the opportunity to know you. They might not judge you at all. What are you not seeing about yourself because you don't want to see it? And that brings me to say that what are you not showing to the world because you're afraid to let us see that in that? What is so brilliant and bright within you that it would just blast us out of this world if we really saw your shine? Go deep. Discover what that is. Allow yourself to shine. What have you already decided about yourself without any real fact? Maybe this is an old imprint, but there's no factual base on it now. The angels want us to wish, but they also remind us that it's time to acknowledge, heal, and let go of the things that prevent us from really making those spectacular wishes for our future, making those dreams and those desires, the things that allow us really to celebrate us without any strings, without any buts or despites, or without anything that might hold us back, anything that we might have a regret for, any wishes that have strings tied to them. And this is truly a time of reflection as we go into the winter months. We have more quiet time to reflect. The universe is pushing us to do more inner reflection work and then pushing us to move forward in a higher elevated frequency. And the way to help yourself in that space of moving forward in a higher elevated frequency is to wish for those things that are truly aligned with your soul. And let go of the things that you know that have truly held you back in the past. This is a time for us really to create new traditions. I know many times during the holiday season, we pull up family traditions, but it's also a great time to instill or to create those new traditions. And a new tradition might be as simple as sending wishes and dreams out to the universe each day, being in a place of gratitude, taking some of the nuggets that the angels have given us today and weave those into how you speak about your wishes to the universe. And try a new practice, try a new tradition, and wish. And my wish for you is that you see the brilliance and the shining glow that is so powerful within each and every one of you. And that sometimes we forget, or we might even get scared as to how powerful we can be. And this is a time of year in the darker winter months when we don't have as much sunlight, is really to turn your light up and shine and let us see that light. This is Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe podcast with Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core. For current events or to schedule a private session with Laurie, please visit yourlifecore.com.